Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I want to appreciate you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing to this channel. William Ruto is regretting a type of campaign that he had during 2017 till 2022. As he is regretting a type of popularism, and that is the type of politics that William Ruto did across the Republic of Kenya. Of course, Ruto has come out to deny claims that he is promoting a development initiative across the nation to entice Kenyans to vote for him again in 2027. And there is a type of popularism. As much as we are concerned, William Ruto used narrative after narrative, promise after promise. What we never came out to realize is that this was just a type of politics to take over from Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And because he came out sitting down, calculating and realizing a type of politics that he wanted to play against Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga's handshake team, this is the type used. So many people has come out to tell William Ruto that he should come out and think about his second term, as immediately he took over from Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, people are accusing him left, right, center. It might be comfortable with some few individuals in Kenya Kwanza government, but several and a bigger percentage of Kenyans are complaining a kind and a type of William Samoei Ruto. It is not the William Ruto they knew, it is another William Samoei Ruto. And upon his statement, William Ruto said that many people tell me I should think about my second term. My second term will be meaningless if my first term achieves nothing. I'm not here so that I can have a second term. That is what William Ruto said. But Ruto was elected, let me say elected, in August 2022 as per the declaration of Wafula Chebukati after serving as the deputy president for 10 years under former President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. But according to the news is that William Ruto came out doing a type of divisive politics. If you don't know, a divide and rule. First time he came up with narrative of hustler, where some kind of thoughts that he gave some hustlers. You know, he came out giving us an idea of hustlers in a way that they were rich exploiting the poor. That's the narrative that was there. And because this was the first narrative he came up with, that there was a rich exploiting the poor, and at the same time, the poor were making more effort building the country. At the same time, the rich were exploiting the energy of the poor. So when people came out and the rich came out saying that the politics of William Ruto was so divisive, dividing Kenyans amongst a kind of rich and the poor. So he came up with something called hustler narrative. And this hustler narrative seems like Kenyans bought it, several Kenyans bought it. And they love it because this was a kind of relief according to them. But now William Ruto is coming out to realize that the politics that he played against Uhuru Kenyatta through popularism is not a good politics to him as we speak now, because he came out promising many things. And remember, when you are playing a kind of politics of populism is a kind of promising things left, right, center so that you can win. Some even promises that cannot be fulfilled. So William Ruto is just a president that is so worried in his first term. Secondly, he is so worried when it comes to second term. Because if any case, he was comfortable man, he could have come out to relay on structures that he promised Kenyans that he was having a plan, he was having a clue that anything that he was going to handle towards the economy was going to resolve once and for all. What we've seen is that the economy is continuing to deteriorate day in, day out. As Kenyans are complaining, leave alone even these leaders, Kenyans are complaining about the kind of life that they are living, as William Ruto promised them that he was having a solution. So Ruto added that his administration is keen on improving livelihoods and the country's economy, as 7 million people living in slums don't have anywhere to go. So these are the kinds things that William Ruto is so terrified about. But again, as he is promising Kenyans employment, William Ruto is coming out to lie to us. You mean you want to tell me that if Kenya is going to build these houses, you've resolved the employment once and for all? Not really. You cannot tell Kenyans that you're going to resolve unemployment by having this house program. You want to tell me this building is going to be forever and ever, or within 5 years? Then what if, the question is, what if the regime that is going to come is going to abolish this housing program? It means you want to make people that in the next regime, they're going to lose these jobs. There are some people and several youths that some of them cannot work in these mjengos. So it is terrible. As a man who came out saying kazi ni kazi is now telling us that some work is not, Kenyans should not do, and there's certain work that he is coming out to brand for Kenyans. So I think the Kimani Kuria-led committee wants the housing levy slashed by half to 1.5%. And this is a conversation that William Ruto was asked as he was responding towards the claims that he was preparing for his second term election. So despite of him now being terrified with what he promised Kenyans and what he told Kenyans, is that he is not sure, even leave alone second term, he is not sure about this first term, as the kind of politics he played is betraying him. And if this is something that is betraying me, it is so convincing that he is now venturing into another path of politics towards next re-election of his second term, as worries is there that there are certain rebellions that are started, or there are several rebellious leaders in his team, Kenya Kwanza, as he is planning to also to converge these leaders in a way that they should not get out of Kenya Kwanza. He decided that they were not going to have several political parties in Kenya Kwanza, but have only one political party, that is UDA. So if they are not going to succeed, the headache that William Ruto has is that if they are not going to fold other political parties and to have only UDA, something that is terrifying William Ruto is there are several political parties that might get out of Kenya Kwanza, as some of them even signalized long time ago, saying that when it comes to the appointment of jobs in the government of Kenya Kwanza, there are certain kind of favorism where certain political parties are not being considered in Kenya Kwanza. So it is a very difficult situation for William Ruto, as he is busy trying to stabilize the economy, as he is trying to equalize and also to ensure that the team is going to work comfortably. At the same time, there is a kind of rebellion in Kenya Kwanza, as other members of parliament are coming out to reject a type of leadership of William Ruto, We are just watching, waiting if he is going to embark on this hustler narrative or not. So ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts towards the type of politics that William Ruto took towards destroying Uhuru Kenyatta, and what next for him when it comes to the next general election, as his worries is now coming out at just in first term? So what are your thoughts? Drop your opinion at the comment section below.